Hello, I just came back from a job site. I installed a little device on someone's desk, and I noticed that the workers, the forklift drivers' stress level is lower than when compared to 2 years ago before COVID. Last time I've been to this workplace, which is a supply chain at one of the largest retailers in the area. Now I can say that they are not that angry. I mentioned into a recording that I've done in a warehouse about 2 weeks ago. I mentioned about this workplace that I noticed banners at high walls. I had high level walls, um, banners that were supposed to motivate the workers to be better, to be nice to each other, some sort of a inspirational, motivational quotes. And at the time I thought that someone in a HR decided to spend this much money while the company is the type of company is trying to save and squeeze every single dollar and every drop of energy of everything, including from of the workers. But they decided to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on these banners, which cost to print, cost to design, hours of designing and thinking, and then printing shop and installing them using some high forklift or scissor lift and stuff like that. Like a cost company a lot of money. That means they knew that they have to do something about the attitude of these workers. I don't know if those banners did work or the pandemic caused people to be nicer, but when I got in today, the one of the supervisors was softer. He used to be kind of more aggressive. Now he got softer. I don't know if friendly, but when he was talking to the worker, he was not talking from a position of power and superiority. He was like, okay, hey, let's say Johnny, can you take this guy out, show the door or something? Yeah. He was not making jokes, but he was more relaxed than 2 years ago when he was like, oh yeah, let's do this. Hey, you do that. Oh yeah, bring me that. So he was like plugged into a 220 volts plug. Um, so that's I noticed with this company today, and I mentioned into my previous video or another video about this workplace, and somehow I got a job like 2 weeks later, which is kind of a coincidence, or maybe I just foreseen event in advance. Usually I foresee stuff a day in advance, but now maybe it's just coincidence. In any case, today I want to talk about the importance of having a good relationship with staff and with people, to be in a flow, to be in a state of acceptance, not necessarily a state of love, because if you love everything and everyone, that means you give a lot of your own energy. Love is a special form of energy. It's coded or it's encoded in a way that generates certain emotions, but it's still part of your life force. And you can keep giving that type of energy, keep loving, 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 but if you don't get anything back to build back that lost energy, you get tired after a while. And so again, this is very important to be in a sync, in flow, like having a perfect dance with someone. So you make the move at the same time or in sync. You love the music, you are in the flow. You are in the flow at the whole time. And that maximizes the experience. The guy with the truck works right next to our office, about 15 kilometers away. That's a weird coincidence to see a worker who's my neighbor 15 kilometers away, which is like a big area here. It's not in a straight line, like it's a wide area. I think just my mind is picking the information out of the field, out of the pile of information that is going on, and it's just selecting stuff and makes me think, oh, what a coincidence, right? So maybe just my mind filter is like able to select, sort out bits and pieces. Yeah, we live in a sea of information. It's up to you what you select. You select something that makes you happy, something makes you sad, or something makes you angry. It dictates how you live your life, what type of information you pick. And the information you pick decides your relations, your connections, and you can pick a person as a life partner out of the thousands of people around, if you live in a big city, and if you select the person based on a wrong specifications, let's say, wrong set filter, it can ruin your happiness, or it can give you a life of bliss, right? So it depends what you select. Or if you know that you don't like certain trees because maybe they cause you some sort of discomfort, maybe yeah, I feel the pollen, maybe the pollen feels into my throat because of those trees. If I know that, of course, I should stay away from connecting to those trees. And it sounds weird for most people if I see connection or relationship with the trees. My mind, it's energy. Your mind is energy, and when we connect to energy things. So this bag, it's made out of energy, and if my mind can connect to the energy that is making up this bag, I would have a good feeling about this. But probably my mind, let's say, does not connect well with red color energy. And in that case, everything that contains this information about red color, let's say everything that's painted red, might give me a tiny bit of discomfort, or maybe would not maximize the connection between my mind and that item, which is also part of the intelligent field, or quantum field. Or maybe certain words. If I want to work for a corporate environment, and if I read the company policies and the corporate rules, if they have some phrases that piss me off, I can choose to process those, to ignore it, or if they have a meaning, powerful meaning, let's say the way I live my life, my work life. Let's say if it's a phrase into the corporate policies that dictates how I live or how I work, that means it can affect my relationship with that workplace. So a lot of information is contained into a lot of things. Like grass has the smell, shape, color, height, all sort of stuff. And I can pick from this grass to connect and feel good laying down on this grass, or I can go to taller grass, the same species of grass. So just one parameter is different, but can make a big difference in the way I connect and the way I feel. And actually I love tall grass. I don't like cut grass. I don't like it at all. I dislike it. I don't hate it, but I dislike it. And yeah, while most people just following the city rules that you need to trim the grass, right? And I'm totally not in favor of that. Or if I select to connect with the idea of that airplane, that's a British Airways huge jet that uh, a four-engine jet. It's a fat machine. If I think of four jet engines and the fuel consumption, and that can alter my connection, my relationship, my mental relationship, my mental love with that type of machine. I can even dislike it because of the high fuel consumption, and maybe I can think, okay, this one is bringing a lot of people who can afford homes that I cannot. So I would have to compete even harder to afford a living space, since this airplane is bringing a bunch of people who can afford stuff that I cannot, right? So I can think that way. Or if I think the different way, oh, that airplane is bringing lots of wealthy people who can bring me business, right? If I'm into selling business, selling stuff, then I see each airplane is coming, is bringing either immigrants or is bringing. So if I'm in a housing market selling condos, apartments, houses, or something, every plane that comes in, it's a possibility. It's a business dream, or part of the business dream. I can make more money because more people are coming to my area, right? So I can love the connection. Every time I see the airplane coming, I see, whoa, that looks good, because that can increase my sales and can make me horny, excited, whatever feeling generates that type of thought. So I have a mental connection with that, and it's a good mental connection, or can be a hateful connection. So again, it's important how you select the information, how you filter out stuff, important stuff, and how to pick the correct combination. So don't just go for a person. Let's say if you want to get into a relationship, don't just go for the person who gives you only certain feelings, but other feelings are neglected, or maybe you ignore other feelings. You think, oh yeah, we'll make it work, right? You need to maximize it. Of course, you have to put in balance your age and stuff, and your assets, how much you can contribute. But again, coming back to love, giving and receiving love. So in a loving relationship, including a relationship with your house, you have to not only give but receive. So when you move into a new apartment, you connect with. That's why you buy or you rent a new apartment that you love. If you hate it or if you don't like it, don't go there, right? Unless you're forced and you have no choice. But that means you already live a crappy life, because if you are forced to move into a place without your input, without your how to say it, without having a say, that means you are underpowered. You live under someone else's power. So someone is forcing you to do stuff against your will. But I'm talking about people who have some power on their wings, on their mind, flying mind. Then you make a selection according to what you feel, how you love. So you maximize your investment in that apartment, let's say. So the apartment gives you certain feelings, and you feel love, you feel respected, so you get those feelings. But also the apartment energy requires some maintenance, so you need to love back, either by painting it, by doing some maintenance, by repairing. So you need to think of that apartment with love. Same thing with a partner, love partner. You need to love back. If you just give love, then after a while you will get tired. Givers always get tired. But if they give because they are trading their giving for an emotion, they still get something. I talked to someone about that. Givers who provide unconditional love, those get tired, but there are givers who get something in return. Let's say someone is donating to charity, okay, but is donating to charity and they do that for a marketing reason. So they write a huge check and they appear on camera, and later they get some benefits from the public or make more sales. So it's a trade, it's an exchange. So they offer some money, but it's not really love. That's a marketing stuff. It's a business stuff. But when it's about people, if you keep giving love, and you don't expect anything in return, that's getting you tired. It's depleting your energy, your life force, because from it you generate this state of love, this special energy, love, which generates some emotion in some other people's mind. So it's important that you get something. So let's say you love a pet, the pet will give you some love back. And if you stop providing, the relationship with that item or that gets cooler. And what happens once you stop giving love or receiving love, the relationship fades away in your mind. In a sense that you start forgetting stuff about that. So let's say I have 10 cars, and I give love to all 10 cars, but at some point it gets tiring. A crow a crow caught a bird. That's stupid. The crow is eating a bird. Let me see. Hey, stupid crow. Hey, that's a very aggressive crow. Hey, don't kill that. Stupid. Oh, it took a bird. Oh, and the bird is dead probably. It's first time I see a crow catching a bird. That's harsh. I thought the crows are just eating. And had the power to fly with a little bird in its beak. That's Vancouver. You eat or you get eaten. That's welcome to the aggressive area of Vancouver. Wow. Anyway, so I haven't been in a forest long time, so now these things kind of get me into thinking mode about survival of species, survival of the fittest. Yeah, so you need to get into a relationship where you give and you receive. Again, giving is tiring for your life force. Receiving makes the other person tired, and at some point the person would wake up and will leave you because they will say, you know what, you're a freaking jerk, you are selfish, and you just receive and you don't say even a thank you or something, or don't bring a present or something like that. So that's kind of a sudden change in a relationship. So those people don't get a warning, because the giver is keep giving, is pushing the limit until he wakes up. He's like, okay, I'm so tired, or I'm kind of feeling alone. I'm not feeling loved or respected, and just leaves the connection. So I was talking about having 10 cars, so you keep loving all those 10 cars, but at some point you get tired or you get older, but you are actually depleting your energy, because you keep giving love, you keep doing maintenance, and it's not only love, but you put money into maintaining, like insurance, maintenance, cleanup, and just owning those 10 cars require energy. It's part of who you are, like part of your soul, and to maintain this body and this life, you need to put some effort. So you work hard in a workplace, or maybe you are stressed out because your money in the banks, whatever. So you need to put some energy into this world. So you generate other type of energy, you exchange energy in order to maintain those 10 cars. And at some point you get tired and say, you know what, yeah, I need to put like a 3-4 cars aside. And which one you choose to put aside? The ones who love you back at the least. And the love back, in that case, it's in your mind. What makes you less happy? That car or that car or that car? Or you have 10 girlfriends, and which one makes you less happy? Then you let go those who make you less happy, and keep those who makes you happier, right? So again, in anything, let's say you want to learn to fly an airplane, and if you are not really in love with flying, at some point you will stop flying. And when you stop flying, you start forgetting skill. Then you have to go back and put more effort to refresh your skills, and that effort is financial effort and physical and emotional effort. And with airplanes and boats and these expensive items, require more investment than, let's say, when owning or when you have a dog. A dog require less energy exchange than when it's about a big machine. You own a yacht. The yacht contains lots of systems and subsystems, and those are energy, and each one requires its own care. So the bigger the item, let's say you have a huge building, and you want to love that building by yourself, that's too much for a person. So again, you need to feel well connected, so you maximize that energy in order to take bigger adventures, bigger items to love. And if you are superficial, let's say you still want that big yacht, but you don't want to get involved with all your soul and energy, like cleaning up the whole yacht, doing the whole maintenance, like interacting with those energy systems which are part of this quantum field. Again, if you are not familiar with my type of talk, this is all encoded energy into shapes, forms, and systems and programs. So if you are superficial, and if you are not powerful enough and not big enough as a soul to give love to the whole yacht, then what you do, you hire people who do that. But still, you still need to pay those people. And people who exchange that. So let's say the mechanic who loves to repair the engine of your yacht, the cleaners who love to be around your bridge on a yacht or something, electricians and stuff. So those, you select people who love what they do, okay, and that's maximize the love the yacht gets. And so the yacht gives back some love to, so each system gives love to the electrician feels good while doing something what he loves. The cleaner does, the I don't know, someone who does anchor repair, someone who does some pumping and hydraulics and stuff like that. So everyone gets some love or feeling good from that big machine, big system made out of subsystems, which is that yacht, right? And you as a top guy, you just have to select the right people who do the right type of job, who maximize their potential. And the smart ones, smart and wealthy ones, uh, usually they use other people's energy. They don't use their own energy to hire, to pay or something. They use other people's energy. Same thing with in a housing market. People don't have enough love for themselves, right? If they don't have enough love for themselves, how do you think they would pay and hire and buy and sell energy if they don't have enough? So what they do, they just fool other people, and they use those people money or energy or love or whatever it is as a trade. So they use other people money, buy, sell, and they get some. So that's different world in a business world. But if I'm talking about like maximizing your love, again, when you stop giving, you stop giving love, then that relationship dies. When you got into a relationship and the partner stopped giving, also the relationship dies. If you are into a hobby, a passion, I mentioned about aircraft, when you stop connecting with that energy, the relationship cools down. So sooner or later you forgot about that hobby. And because you start a new hobby in your search for feeling that love, maximizing your time and your energy used into whatever hobby you do. So again, it's important to find your best, and for doing that, in doing that, you need to search who you are. So find what you love first by knowing knowing yourself inside and out. Then you have a list. What I like this color, I like this height, I like this skin color person, I like this music, I like this and that and that. So you make that list, and then you when you select to connect to things and people, you already have in your mind, this is the music I love to listen. I like that person because that person also love this music, love to smoke weed or whatever BS people might use these days. But that's kind of the idea. You know yourself first, then you will find a relationship with things and people that lasts way longer, because when you are in love, you are very tempted to give and receive because it gives you the good emotions. So talk to you later. I have to go home. Bye bye.